Hey guys, so today we're going to talk about the misunderstanding of carbohydrates. I just feel like carbs get hated on all the time when it comes to diet strategies. It's almost like nobody believes anything will work if you're eating carbs. So it's like we've been trained to think that they're the big bad macronutrient of the world, when in reality they're actually pretty essential to everyday life. Now, it is possible. It is possible for you to not eat a single carbohydrate and live. Like, that can happen. But to thrive, and especially if you're a person that's trying to build muscle and change the shape of your body, like if you were training to build muscle and you can change the composition of your body and not just simply lose weight, like that's not simply the goal. If you're a person that wants to look fit, look lean, and look like a strong body, you're probably going to need some carbohydrates in your life, because it is your fast access energy. And not only is our carbohydrates your fast access energy, but it's also helping repair and restore glycogen into your muscles that you use during activity, so during training sessions. I think I guess the reason why people have come to demonize carbohydrates is because when someone cuts carbs out of their diet drastically, they lose a lot of weight, or they get what they feel leaner because they're losing a lot of water weight. It's in the name, carbohydrate. So a carbohydrate, 4 grams, 1 gram of carbohydrate holds 4 grams of water. And so when you completely deplete your system of carbohydrates and don't add any to it, you're essentially not holding on to as much water. And so water is weight, and then it'll also make you feel leaner. But you're kind of doing yourself a disservice if you are really anyone. Honestly, I always tell people that you want to think about 2 different factors if you're deciding to go low carbs, or if you think carbohydrates are good for you. Number 1 is, what level eater are you? So in Clean Kitchen, we have level 1 and level 2 eaters. If you're a level 1 eater, which is what pretty much everybody, we try to get everybody to live at for the rest of their life, you're just trying to add in the good. You shouldn't really concern yourself with going low carb if you're a person that doesn't eat whole foods on the regular. You know, if you're not trained in your brain to add in more good than you do junk food, then you need to work on that habit first before you start trying to make yourself miserable by going low carb. Because there's a lot of carb dense, like starchy carb whole foods that are really good for you, and they'll make you feel good. When people want to go low carb, it's usually because they've been eating crap and, they want to lose some weight quickly, but then they end up going low carb, and then they get cranky, and they're starving, and they're brain fog, and their energy is completely flatlined. And it's all because you depleted yourself of your fast access energy source. And so it takes longer for your body to convert proteins and fats to energy, and you feel like you're running on fumes. And so if that's you, eat some oatmeal, eat a potato, and then see how you feel. I don't mean like eat a sugary bomb oatmeal or pancakes or anything like that. I say, make yourself just some regular potatoes with some salt and pepper and maybe even a little bit of butter. Nothing too crazy, but use those smart carbs, those 1 ingredient carbs in your meals to help yourself feel satisfied, but then also give your brain some help whenever you're feeling run down and brain fog. And so when you focus on adding in those 1 ingredient carbs, you'll probably find that you obviously start losing weight and feeling good even while you're losing weight, because you're not taking on a like crazy amount of calories that processed foods have, which, let's be honest, a lot of junk food is not just carbs. So like a pizza or a donut has fat and even more excess carbs in the form of sugar. So it's not just bread, okay? Like, don't blame bread for what sugar and fat and bomb did, you know? So that's number one factor. If you're not good at eating whole foods yet, just focus on eating any kind of whole food. Don't worry about if it's a carb or not. The second factor that you need to think about, whether or not a low carb or adding carbs should be in the mix, is what's your activity level? Like I said earlier, a person that's not super active, technically, yeah, you don't necessarily need a lot of carbohydrates to live. But if you are looking to be a person that can actually thrive and build your body, and if you're a regular exerciser, if you are weightlifting, running, whatever, if you're constantly on the move, have a job that's really labor intensive, you most certainly need carbohydrates. I'm not saying go out and eat burgers, because that's not just carbohydrates. That's a whole slew of other things. But I'm saying add in those smart carbs, those one ingredient carbs, your fruits, any plants are carbohydrates, grains, even some breads are good for you. You know, potatoes, any root veggies, those type of things that are one ingredient carbs that'll add energy and also add vitamins and minerals to your diet and help your cells, you know, do what they're supposed to do. So not all carbs are bad. And one of the things that we try to get people to do in Clean Kitchen is to learn to love carbohydrates again, learn to eat them, and learn to eat the right types. And so if that's you, then and you're a person that has been going low carb and you feel like complete poo, like I said earlier, throw some potatoes in your day. You know, eat a little bit of, like, eat a sandwich with some wheat bread. Eat some oatmeal. Just something that is not super processed, more close to nature, and it's totally fine. Your body will use it. It actually craves it. And it's one of the things to keep you sane whenever you are lowering your calorie intake. Your body's going to crave foods, so you might as well try to give it as the best bang for your buck as far as energy goes. Give your willpower some help by eating some dang carbohydrates, okay? That's my message for today. I hope you go out and eat some potatoes. See y'all next week. Bye-bye.